You don't know what to do, just keep on breathing. From the City of Angels in Los Angeles, welcome to all my listeners out there in Radio Land. I'm Dave, the Caregiver's Caregiver, at caregiverdave.com, along with my lovely co-host, best-selling author, and former mayor of Grover Beach, California, Debbie Peterson. And we're also coming to you live and on demand 24/7 on numerous syndicated radio and podcast networks on 30 global audio and video platforms, including iHeartRadio and just so many more. And we're very proud to be voted #1 caregiver podcast on FeedSpot out of thousands, and #1 caregiver podcast on the top 50 of Player FM. And we have an especially exciting show planned for you today. A love story of resilience. Jess and DJ take on Huntington's disease one step and one rail and one unspoken moment at a time. And just a reminder, you can watch or listen to this interview and all our interviews on caregiverdave.com or any of our other 30 global audio video platforms. And if you would just take the time to subscribe or like this, it'll help Google reach more caregivers. Okay, enough of that. DJ and Jessica, so great to have you on the Caregiver Dave show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And I always like to ask my guests, who are you guys and why were you placed on this earth?
Well, I can't answer that. That's a little too deep. But I'm DJ. This is my wife, Jessica. I definitely married up with this one. We met 18 years ago, and we've been deeply in love ever since, and we've lived together ever since the day after we met. We just clicked right away. We got married in 2012, and here we are.
Wow, still on your honeymoon, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Actually, I think it's been more of a honeymoon lately because she's been trying to check some stuff off her bucket list, and we've been on some crazy fun adventures and doing some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, that's like our marriage. I say it's a fairy tale storybook, romance, courtship, and marriage. And we just celebrated our 50th anniversary and 51 years together. So
congratulations.
I don't know where the years have gone.
They disappear real quick. They just end up behind you somehow.
Old people used to always tell me that, when I was younger, and I didn't believe them. But now I'm telling younger people the same thing, and I don't know if they believe me or not. But
we definitely do.
Can you describe your chores, your symptoms, and how they manifested? Did they appear before or after your diagnosis, and were you aware that this was a symptom of HP?
Would you like me to explain it?
Anyone who wants to answer that would be
great. So back in 2017, she was having difficulty at work. Actually, late 2016 to 2017, she was having difficulties at work, a little bit of clumsiness, having a hard time putting up with normal everyday stressors at work, like just more difficulty than she would normally have. She ended up losing her job of 13 years, and she went to a competitor of that company and realized it wasn't the building or the people in it. It was the tasks and the difficulties that come along with the job. When it became difficult for her to hold the job down, she decided, I think it's time to be tested. Huntington's disease runs in her family. Her mother had it. Her aunt had it. Her grandpa had it. Now her and her brother have it. And she has 2 sisters that do not.
Wow.
We got her tested late 2017, got the results early 2018. And that whole process was a nightmare, but we won't go too far into that. But it was kind of a relief to learn there was a reason behind the difficulties that she was having. She was scared because, she has seen a lot in the past where loved ones tend to stray and shy away from caregiving and sticking it out with their loved ones. And I made my vow then, and I am not going to stand back and let you do this alone. We are together every step of the way, and when you don't have the power to push forward, I'm going to pick you up and carry you forward. So that's what we do every day. is, that day, and we look forward to the next, but, we don't expect anything that we haven't seen yet.
So for those who don't know what Huntington's disease is, why don't you briefly explain what it is, what the symptoms are, what the prognosis typically is, and so on?
So Huntington's disease is different for everyone. It all depends on, a lot of people look at the CAG repeats in the DNA to see how hard it's going to hit or how early it's going to hit. But typically Huntington's disease comes with a lot of similar symptoms that are similar to like Parkinson's, ALS, and Alzheimer's, dementia. You get involuntary movements, you get some cognitive, issues from it, clumsiness, dizziness, stability issues. Like she has a problem even trying to write her own name anymore. At 42, she can't sign for anything. There's many different symptoms, and some of them can be helped with different medications, but the doctors have come a long way with helping with symptoms, but there's nothing to actually cure the disease or stop the progression.
And how well have the medications improved her symptoms on a scale of 1 to 10? If she was one number, what would you say it is now?
So she's been pretty well regulated on the medications that her doctors have put her on. And it's been very helpful to like medicate the symptoms. But we're really looking forward to a cure. The science is going that way. And we're really hoping that we can find a cure while we're still here fighting it. So
thank God. Debbie, any questions?
Yeah, I hope you find that cure too. Wouldn't that be amazing for you and so many people? You seem to have kind of a sixth sense about when Jessie needs you. So is that something you've developed, and how did that happen?
I don't know, but like when she started having a lot of falls and stuff, she still wanted her independence. So in the middle of the night when she has to use the restroom, she'll just get up and start walking towards the restroom. Well, her falls and instability are very scary to me. And I'll be in a deep sleep and she'll stumble and hit the blinds that are next to the bed. And as soon as I hear them blinds rattle, I turn into a 260-pound ninja and just flip and roll out of the bed. And I wake up half ninja flip, and I have no clue how I'm doing it, but and there's times where she has a problem communicating what she needs or what she wants, and I can just a lot of times jump in and say, this is what you were looking for, right? And she'd be like, how did you know that? And I just tell her, I got the good decoder ring in my Cracker Jack box, so
You're so similar to me in my situation. My wife had a stroke. She has aphasia. She's nonverbal. She knows maybe a dozen words. But about the falling, she has fallen several times. And sometimes I'm sleeping and I hear this thud and I jump out of bed. How do you get her up? I know you're a big guy and she's a little girl, gal. Do you just pick her up? Are there devices? Because I had to buy this thing because we weigh about the same, so it's tough for me. And I'm getting old. I'm 71, older, and there are things on the market that can help pick a person up. What do you do?
There are. We do not have those things yet.
Are you just is it your back? But
I just go He-Man. If she needs to be picked up, I just help lift her up.
Well, you won't be able to do that forever, so you better start looking at some devices to help. I got this thing that goes down flat, and you just roll her onto it, and then you hit the button, and it picks her up into a sitting position, and then you can put her in the wheelchair or whatever from there.
Nice. And what is that
remember,
called?
Dave, hearing, I think Charlene was in the closet looking for something, and we were doing a podcast. And I remember the funniest thing of all was that Charlene was laughing. She thought it was funny. So it obviously she's comfortable with that.
Well, her and babies, I guess, are flexible. And when you fall, you kind of bounce, and you're not a thud, but not all the time. But save that back. I know. How old are you?
42.
Yeah, so you're still fairly young, but you've got to watch your back. Your back can go out just like that, and then you've got problems for the rest of your life. So don't be.
Yeah, I have a history of back problems.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So go on Amazon and look for devices to help people to get up when they fall. And it's even in the bathtub. She can just transfer into a sitting position in the tub, and then hit the button, and it lowers her down in the tub.
So that is one thing that we have done is wherever she normally frequents, we have bed rails in the bedroom. We have a lift chair in the living room. I put in grab bars all over the bathroom. I put in a walk-in tub, so she's not having to go up over the edge of the tub or anything like that. It's got a door that swings open.
So you do have a lift chair.
I'm sorry?
You do have a lift chair then, huh?
Yeah, well, it's like a recliner in the living room, but okay. it'll stand you up from the seat. So
look up that device on Amazon, like I said.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds cool.
They're relatively inexpensive, maybe a couple $100, maybe $300.
Nice.
So how has your faith, do you have, what's your faith in? I mean, do you have a religious background? Does this help you cope?
Yeah. So we're non-denominational Christians.
Mm-hmm.
We don't participate with any local churches or anything anymore. We had an issue with our autistic son in the church, and we really felt that the church was more interested in their finances than their people. So we stopped going, and they became a huge conglomerate with 15 different churches locally, and they raise all kinds of funds and build all kinds of beautiful buildings, but I don't think that's where faith is based.
Our church, very similar, but they went for the children first. They built this huge center for special needs kids, and actually brings people into the church. It's got very sensory sensitive thing, and it was built by one of our church members who built the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland. So it's a one of a kind thing. Why don't you just take a look and Google?
Yeah, we'll just move right next door to you.
Say that again?
I said we'll just move right next door to you, and
that would work.
They'll love it.
That'll work. Just Google churches with special needs, and there's one out there. I know there is.
Yeah, so we're actually looking at moving to Tennessee.
Okay.
Which is kind of why we're not in a hurry to find anything locally right now. But I think once we move to Tennessee, we're going to be in the market for the right church.
Yeah.
I get very discouraged when I see greed in the churches.
Debbie,
where are you living now?
We're in Waterford, Michigan, which is about 40 minutes north of Detroit.
So I noticed that we talked about your marriage, and I don't remember if it was on the podcast or before, but that you were almost in sort of a honeymoon period again, or perpetually, but that you were doing some of Jessica's bucket list things. So how do you keep that mindset of just getting out there and doing stuff no matter what?
Well, we found a phrase online that says, fear does not stop death, it stops life. And that really woke us up. And we're like, there's a lot of things that she's been afraid of throughout her life that are very fun, very therapeutic, very, eye-opening. It just brings you into the world. And so we started doing some of those things. We started making a bucket list of some of the things that she just had a lot of interest doing. and it started with a motorcycle ride, and it went to different
helicopter rides and parasailing, and we fed the bears too. I got to feed a baby bear.
Oh my!
And what else, babe?
The hot air balloon.
Oh yeah, that one was fun.
The camping trip where we took the Harley and went all across the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, looking at different waterfalls and just right along the water. She loves the water and the beaches and stuff. And Highway 2 across the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is all along the north shore of Lake Michigan. And it's the calm shore of Lake Michigan. So it's very calm and serene and beautiful. And there's beaches every couple of miles where you just pull off the side of the road and you're on the beach. So we rode Highway 2 for a few hours, and it's just beautiful. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan is a whole new world, and it's nothing like anywhere else in the world that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
Well, maybe I'll have to go there.
Right? Yeah, it's beautiful.
You guys are so wise to do that. It's good for you. You know,
It's so much fun, and I
of course it
feel like,
is.
yeah, it is.
You are so fortunate too to have such a great guy who's willing to do this. You're right. You know, when
I'm the
I had a
fortunate one.
stroke, my wife had a stroke, and she had, we went to caregiver support group and this and that, and a stroke support group. But you'd be surprised how many spouses just said, "Hey, I didn't sign up for this," and see ya.
Heck yeah. Yep.
But
That's
yeah,
exactly what she's afraid of.
About
She went
crazy.
through a major bout of depression, and come to find out, a lot of that was her fear of fighting this alone.
Yeah.
And she tried telling me, like, you don't know what this can turn out to be. And I had to explain to her. I said, when I met you, I also met your mom.
Mhm.
And your mom was in end stages of Huntington's disease. I saw where it leads to. But I'm not leaving your side. So,
How
here
old?
we are.
How old was your mom when you met her?
How old was your mom?
Probably 50, something like that.
I think she passed away at 53. Yeah. So she was in her early 50s.
Well, save her life and save her, the time you have here. And
Absolutely.
it ain't over till it's over, until the fat lady sings, as they say. And
Gosh, yeah.
and then when it is over, guess what? We get new bodies, new minds, new everything.
That's it.
Yeah.
We get to meet up with everybody we missed from the other side. So
Good for you. You got a great attitude. Debbie, you got another question?
I'm curious. Obviously you've had some challenges. I'm wondering what are some adaptations you've made? What are some of the challenges, and how have you dealt with those?
So the main challenge is safety. She's a fall risk. So I want to keep everything as safe as I can around the house. So handrails.
He's a helicopter husband.
Yeah. I hover. But handrails, walk-in tubs, grab bars, just anything that I can do to bring safety to the household. Before I put the walk-in tub in, she used to have to go downstairs to take a shower because we had a big jacuzzi tub that I put in there for before she was a fall risk, and she loved it, but it started becoming difficult for her to get in and out of. So she would go downstairs to the basement to shower, and so I put a stair chair in so that she wasn't actually tripping on the stairs.
Got all the toys, huh?
I'm very handy. I can do all the work myself, so I don't have to pay somebody to do it. I just got to find the equipment used or even new, but usually I just find it used and install it myself and make sure she's got what she needs.
When you move, are you looking for a one-story house, or you're okay with two-story houses?
As long as everything she needs is on the main floor, that's all that matters. We're okay with multiple floors. She doesn't cook. She doesn't clean. She doesn't, do the laundry or anything like that. So it's okay if all that stuff is on another floor, as long as everything she needs is on the main floor. That's all we need.
What do you do for a living? And how much time are you home? Do you work at home?
So I started my own company so that I can kind of do whatever I need to do, and I'm not going to be in trouble at work for, missing time to take care of her. But I do truck and trailer repair. I'm a mobile semi-truck mechanic. So wherever they break down, I go to them, I fix them, get them up and rolling again. So it's a decent business to be in, especially if you're okay with fixing things on call. And
yeah. Do you worry about her? Do you worry about her when you're not at home?
Absolutely, but
got cameras all around the house. You can check in on your phone and stuff like that. Like I do.
Yes, we do. We only have one indoors because when I was putting them up, she was not comfortable with being on camera 24/7. She's a little more comfortable with it now. So the new house, we will put up more cameras inside so I can see what's going on.
And you can talk to her through the cameras, through the audio thing.
Right. Yeah. I can't hear because they're a little older.
Yeah.
It's kind of before.
They're really cheap on Amazon now. 2-way communication.
Yeah. As of about a year after I installed the 8-camera system in our house. But
has she ever hurt herself? Broken any bones when she fell or anything like that?
Yeah. Right after that big UP trip. 10 days tent camping, doing everything on a Harley. We rode up. I mean, we had a stack taller than her on the luggage rack on the back of the Harley. All the bags were packed full of everything, and we rode up.
Wow.
It's about a 5.5-hour ride. We get up there, we tent camp. She spends the whole weekend doing all kinds of crazy stuff, going in a helicopter, going parasailing, petting bears, waterfall tours, just everything. She gets home. She's not home 24 hours. And she gets out of her lift chair and goes face first into the hardwood floor and breaks her nose.
Oh, boy.
10-day Harley trip in nature, tent camping, and you hurt yourself in a handicapped lift chair. Come on.
Well, it still looks beautiful. Yeah. You don't look like you have a broken nose.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a nice clean break. It didn't.
You don't look like the Vinny of the Mafia,
Right.
Oh gosh, you mentioned depression, and I'm wondering how having this disease has impacted your social life, your mental health, your self-esteem, and how do you address that? What do you do to help yourself?
Yeah, or him.
Well, it's you with the disease, not me.
I don't know. I think that I take it every day at a time, and I really just seeing
the proper medical professionals is very helpful. However, so is living with your best friend, and we really get along very well. I don't know many couples that get along like we do. Not saying it's perfect. We do have our disagreements here and there, but me knowing that my wife is right and I'm wrong is very helpful.
It's so similar to us. It's scary.
I've heard you say that, Dave. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can only live every day for what it is, and if you have a bad day, you need to shake it off and have a better day the next day. And finding fun things to do, being part of a large community like we are with the Huntington's disease community, it's very helpful to have the support and the love from people that deal with the same things that you deal with.
Yeah.
And this community is huge. This community is strong, and we're all one big family. And I mean, when she was in the hospital last week, we had people offering to drive up from Kentucky to Michigan to spend time with us. People offering to drive, an hour and a half to bring me an air mattress or a meal You know,
Also, they, God, why is my head?
cranial flatulence.
I know.
You know, just checking in all the time and giving support and sharing.
People like prayed for me too, because I really had a hard time with my visit, and they wanted to pray for me. And every single one of them, let me pray for you, and I thought it was the greatest thing.
I think every single one of their prayers were answered too. She went into the hospital in very rough shape, and she came out better than she's been in over a year.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So are you writing a book?
I'm not one to write nor read. If somebody wants to hand me a book, they better send me the audio copy with it, because I do not have the attention span to sit there and look at them little black words.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a great story. Maybe you should hire a ghostwriter and get it on Audible, because the world needs to hear this story. So what do you feel like your mission is in life, and what's the purpose of these interviews? What are you hoping for?
Well, awareness for one. You know, Huntington's disease isn't very well known. And the people that do know about it are just so scared, and they don't want to face it, and they don't want to, you know, some people are embarrassed about it, because you get involuntary movements, and you know, slurred speech, and you know, your gait gets messed up. People think that you're drunk when you're out anywhere that serves alcohol. You're out for a meal. She doesn't drink, and she'll get up after her meal. I've had 3 or 4 beers, and we'll be walking out, and she's getting looks and people saying, "Oh, somebody had too much. Maybe she shouldn't have drank so much." And it's like, come on, people. Like,
First of all, why would you say that?
yeah, why would you say anything anyway? You know. But if you do say something, why has it got to be negative? Like, offer to help or grab a door.
Yes. You know,
that kind of leads into the question, what do you wish people knew about Huntington disease? What would be helpful for other people to know?
We're here, we're struggling through it, and we're smiling through it. Like, send us a smile. Shake our hand, wave hi, ask questions, open a door, whatever. But get rid of the negativity and let's move forward in life. We all just want to be happy. We all just want to be healthy. And some of us don't have the opportunity to have the health. Yeah. And we deal with, you know, symptoms of that. And we can get through with a smile on our face. And I hope everyone else can too. So
God bless you guys. You're just such an inspiration. I can't believe how fast our time has gone today. Thank you so much for coming on the show. How can listeners reach you if they want to find out more or you know, get involved in some way? We're
on Facebook. We're not very active when it comes to podcasts and stuff like that. We're not on TikTok a whole lot, and if we are, it's just scrolling, watching somebody else's videos, you know. But we are on Facebook, and I am more than happy to connect with people that are wondering how they're going to deal with their diagnosis or the diagnosis of their loved one, or, you know, how do you get connected with the HD community? Yeah. I'm more than happy to answer all of those questions. It's just DJ Rowland on Facebook.
Okay. Debbie, how can people find out about what you do?
MayorDebbie.com, or go to Amazon and look for Debbie Peterson Integrity 101 series, and you'll find a whole lot of books about how to do local government better.
Great. And my #1 best-selling book, It's Your Life Too, How to Survive and Thrive as a Caregiver, is available. Oh boy, I can't talk here. Is available wherever books are sold, and also my free membership website, caregiverdave.com, and my Facebook page, Caregiver Dave. You can also join that community of 34,000 caregivers on Facebook. Again, a big thank you to all my listeners out there. Remember to subscribe or like this so we can help more caregivers all over the world. And thank you for tuning in every Wednesday, making us the #1 caregiver podcast on the internet. So until next week, same time, same channel. Thank you guys so much. May God richly bless you all.
God bless you. Love you all.
Love
you too. Thanks so much for sharing.